Here's something nobody's gonna tell you until you're older. Most people spend their entire lives playing one singular game without ever realizing that they can simply change the character of the game. They wake up and live the same version of themselves each and every day. The same habits, the same thoughts, the same people, same environment, same excuses, and the same results. And the scariest part about that is that those people think that they're stuck to those same things. But I'm here to tell you, you're not stuck. And you can simply log out of playing that character, load up a new saved file, and become a new character. And the second that you begin to understand that life is truly just a new video game, and you are the one holding the controller, messing with the joysticks, customizing the character, once you understand that defining truth, you can hack yourself into leveling up in this game faster and better than anybody else around you. You truly begin to open the doors to all the cheat codes and all the possibilities. The first note that I'm gonna touch on here is life is truly a real video game because everybody's playing the same game. We're all chasing freedom, wealth, money, success, business, goals, dreams. The end game is the same for everybody, but people are playing with different characters. And you, as the architect of your own character, you have the choice of choosing different routes and playing as different characters. Some people choose the victim mode, some people choose builder mode, and some people simply choose an NPC mode. As the player of this game, you can switch the saved file, you can switch the character at any point of time. I personally became so addicted to this game of life, and once I figured out this hack, I went from having the identity of somebody with chronic pain, poor mental health, to having the character who's now running successful businesses, where I'm focused on health, wealth, and the pursuit of happiness, which that is the ultimate destiny. That is the ultimate finish line for this game. The next thing that I want to touch on in this game is your identity equals your character class. So if you like MMOs or RPGs kind of like me and some video games occasionally, think of it like this. There's the warrior class, you're disciplined and consistent. There's the rogue class, which might be creative and opportunistic. There's the mage class, which is strategic and intellectual. Or you can simply be a villager or an NPC class, reactive, stuck, and routine driven. People don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they choose to play the wrong character day after day after day. They want to live an amazing, abundant, fulfilling life, but they're choosing to play as the NPC. They want to be smart and intellectual, but they're choosing to play as the rogue class. See, sometimes the character that you're choosing to play doesn't always align with the goals that you want to accomplish. So it's important that this is a mindset shift that can totally hack and transform this whole entire game. If you choose to play the correct character for the correct achievements and the correct goals, then the world is yours. This game can be unstoppable. See, at one point in time in my life, I chose to have the identity of somebody with chronic pain. Today, sure, doctors and whatnot still might say I have that, but it's not a part of my identity. I now choose health. I'm now somebody that is able to run ultra marathons. I've gone from 165, I'm now almost 210 pounds, putting up multiple plates on the bench press. And that's not because I continued playing the character as somebody with chronic pain and all these issues and all these problems. It's because I chose a different character. Some of those traits might still be somewhere inside of me, but they're not what I focus on. They're not the traits that I give out into the world. I've chosen to play life as a different character. And in fact, I've had multiple characters throughout my life. And at any point in time, once you understand this hack, you can switch characters time and time again to align with the better goals and values that you're wanting for yourself. There's one point in my life when I was really young, I was a professional magician. That was a character, that was an identity of mine. And then from there, it moved into focusing on negative health and negative life aspects, where I was focused on poor mental health issues and I was focused on poor physical health issues and almost falling into a victim mindset. And now there's today's version of me, the character I am building and playing today, the new identity that I have. I want you to think of your character in your life, almost as if you have a skills tree, just like in a video game. Upgrade your agility, you can upgrade your sneak, you can upgrade your attack, you can upgrade your home, whatever it is. Life is literally the exact same. Just instead of clicking a few buttons on a controller, we do it physically and mentally and with our own bodies and our own will. If you've played WoW or RuneScape, all of those skills that you can upgrade, it is the same for real life. If you want to get better at the gift of gab, you have to practice your vocabulary. You have to learn a little bit about sales, persuasion, and motivation. You have to learn psychological tricks and traits that other people attach to, and how you can use your talking abilities to really hit home to the person that you're talking to. With that being said, I hope as you're watching this, there's a little light flickering inside of your brain. You're learning a little bit of something. I'm speaking to the right person. A lot of people don't realize this, but what you think about, you bring about. Your thoughts control a whole lot more than what you think right now. It controls a lot of your destiny. A simple switch of going from fear-based thinking to opportunity-based thinking can make all the difference. Somebody that is fear-based thinking is far less risk adverse. And anything good in life doesn't come easy. It comes challenging. There's risk that you have to play. Even if it's going from something that you do consistently that you know is bad, but it's comfortable to you, and it seems like it's what you know, taking the risk, changing the thoughts around it to focus on the opportunity of what the good could be, even if it's hard, could make all the difference. Or maybe it's upgrading your inner thought dialogue that can unlock new abilities for you. Instead of saying, this is hard, I can't do it, you then begin to say, this is hard, I want to do it. I want to get better at this. I want to grow. Overcoming hard things is how we grow. But if you face a hard thing, you face a challenge and you tell yourself, I can't do this, I give up, well, you're never gonna grow in that aspect. And if it's something, and if it's an area that you really want to grow in and change, then you need to switch your mindset around it. Just this past year, I ended up running 2 ultra marathons. 2 years ago, if you would have asked me, do I even want to go run a block? The answer would have been no. And quite frankly, do I still enjoy running today? Not really. I don't really enjoy it. But I've changed a lot of my thoughts around it. I don't enjoy running, so I need to do it. Overcoming challenging things is how you grow. Oh, I don't know how to build a business. I'm not gonna do it. That's not for me. I'm gonna let people do it. Even though deep down inside, you know you wanna build a business. You know you wanna build a brand. You know this is how you're going to escape your version of the Matrix. That is why we do it. The next skill tree that I wanna touch on is the skill of identity. Going from somebody that is saying, I'm not consistent, to I'm somebody who finishes what I started. There's a point in my life where I would start 500 things and finish none. I've learned I needed to change that around, and now I'm starting to do that. Starts 1, 2, or 3 things, and I finish what I've started. I'm not in this game to just try 100 different things to figure out what I like. I'm in the game to know what I like, start that thing, and finish it and give it my all. The game only changes once the player changes. If you are logged in as the wrong character right now, I want you to log out of that character, re-sign in, and build your new identity. Build your new character. You can make your own player. It's just like it's NBA 2K. You might not be able to select your height, your speed, and all that sort of stuff, but actually, you can work on all of those things. Height, maybe not so much, but speed, agility, durability, hand-eye coordination, all of those things are skills that us as humans can grow and work on. You can work on your speech. You can work on your persuasiveness. You can work on your creativity. We all have it in us. We just have to find it, sink our teeth into it, and change our player. The next skill in the skill tree that I want to touch on is your environment. If you're consistently playing low levels and you're fighting low level monsters, or you're playing in a low skill zone level, it's very hard to level up. It might be easy at first, but as you begin exploring the world and charting through the video game and whatnot, and you face higher level monsters, higher level battles, higher level challenges, you begin to level up faster. You get more XP. It's the same in this world. If you're in an environment that is all low level skill, it's gonna be very hard for you to keep leveling up. Expand your horizon, get into different playing fields, get into different pools. If you're around 5 people that smoke weed every single day, you're going to be the 6th. If you're around 5 people that work on business every single day, you're going to be the 6th. Your environment is more impactful than you think. If you remove yourself from that situation, you start building out your own environment of more healthy traits, you can slowly begin leveling up. If you're the smartest in the room and you're only ever in that room, do you expect to get much smarter? You need to go into a room where you're in fact one of the dumbest and learn what people ahead of you are doing. And take the learnings, take the teachings from them, apply it to your own skill tree, and keep leveling up. The fourth skill in the skill tree that I want to touch on, the content that you consume. Your feed is what programs your character. If you're sitting there all day, every day, consuming gooner content, you're gonna end up a gooner. If you're sitting there all day consuming brain rot content, you're gonna end up hitting the 6-7 every single day. If you end up consuming business content, you're gonna end up practicing business every single day. If you're consumed about what's going on in Hollywood with the press, with your friends and family, all this sort of stuff, that is going to be feeding your character, and that's where you're going to thrive. If you go outside of that, you begin nourishing your brain with real valuable information and content. And I get it. Our world today doesn't want us to consume that content. It's easier to consume the brain rot. It's easier to just find a girl on social media and think that's your girlfriend, as opposed to actually going out into the real world and getting a girlfriend. It's easier, but nothing in life that is rewarding comes easy. You have to work towards it each and every day, and that's how you're gonna level up your character. Your input will determine your output. So input good, and you'll give good to the world. The last skill that we're gonna touch on is the work that you do. Your missions, your quests, the XP, all of those come from doing. They don't come from just sitting on the sidelines. If you're playing a video game and it's a combat MMO and you need to level up your attack, you sitting there on the sideline watching somebody fight the monster, fight the character, whatever it is, you're not gonna gain anything from that. You're not gonna get any XP. You might get some free loot, but you're never going to grow from that. You're not gonna grow unless you throw yourself into the dungeon and you fight that monster yourself and you take the losses, you take the wins, you face the challenge head on. That's the work that you do. That's how you gain the XP to keep leveling up in life. It's not by consuming, it's by doing. You can first consume the person fighting that monster and see how they did it well, how they didn't do it well. Then you take those teachings and then you put them into practice by doing. And also, you get to choose where you want your XP to go. Do you want to grow in sales? Well, start learning and selling. Do you want to grow in health and gain more XP at the gym? Then start going to the gym and consuming gym content. All of these things feed into one another, and all of these traits is what builds you, your character. And we all have a lot of bad traits that we've learned on our skill tree and grown on our skill tree. But it's about finding traits that we can use to overcome those negative traits. Because once you have it in your skill tree, it's not like you can just throw it away, get rid of it. But we can over-dominate other skills that overpower the negative skills. We can become better at one thing and focus on doing that one thing again and again and again and again until we almost forget how to do that other thing. There's a reason why a lot of people choose to play the same character day in and day out. It is uncomfortable to do something you feel inadequate to do. And change is also uncomfortable. Us as humans, we hate change. We thrive in comfort. And today's world almost cherishes comfort. You think by being comfortable that you're going to have an easy, comfortable life. Well, how is that working for our generation? The original American dream is no longer today's version of American dream. It's almost unachievable. But it's because they created a comfortable complex that we all grew up and thrived in. And we've seen the trickle effects from generation to generation to generation. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men, they create hard times. It's a never-ending cycle. And unfortunately, we're at the tail end of that cycle going around. We're in the hard times right now. But if you're watching this, if you're on the other side and you want to level up your character and become one of the strong men, now is your time to do this. Another reason why a lot of people stay the same is familiarity. Once you get into a routine, once you have patterns, life is very habitual. And life wants you to be habitual. It's what stops you from leveling up. Everybody longs for more. They say, oh, why can't I get more? Why can't I get more? Probably because if you're working a 9 to 5, you're showing up at 9:01 and you're packing your bags at 4:59. Sometimes the truth hurts. Nobody wants to do more. And it's so easy in today's world to get ahead if you choose a character that decides to want more, to put in a little bit more effort, to work a little bit more. The next thing that I'll touch on is fear of the unknown. You, me, he, she, everybody around us. We're all a little fearful of the unknown. some more than others. But it's about taking that risk, stepping into that dungeon, letting the darkness overcome us until we see that shimmer of light and chase that light. And additionally, there's the ego. Somebody saying, oh, this is just who I am. That's their ego complex getting in the way, whether that's for the good or for the bad. Somebody says, oh, that'll never be me. You're making that choice. You can change your character at any point in time. Your identity is flexible. All of this being said, it is looping the same quest over and over and over again because it is comfortable, because it's familiar, because you're scared of the unknown, and because your ego knows that you can do it. So I encourage you, escape this common quest and go down a path of the less traveled. Step into the unknown, take a risk, take a chance, get uncomfortable. That is how you're gonna be able to level up your character. Remember, you can always choose a new avatar. You can always choose a new character. You can choose to become the disciplined version of you. You might think, oh, well, I wake up at 5 a.m. and I go to the gym. But if you love waking up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym, that's motivation. Discipline is doing something that you don't want to do, something that you don't love doing, but you still do it anyway. And if you don't enjoy going for a run like me, the best thing I can do is go for a run. You can also choose to have the high energy and the high value. You want to be respected in the way that you want to feel respect. You want to have the energy. Those are all your choices. Your input can create your output. So if you're inputting low dopamine fixed things and you're not taking care of yourself and you're not being healthy and you're not focusing on the right things, all of those can create low energy. And then when you have low energy, you can have low self-confidence. Low self-confidence can lead to a whole bunch of other things, including low value. You are worth more. I encourage you to seek more, to do more, and you will be more. Or maybe you want to be the creative builder version of yourself. Somebody that can think of crazy ideas, cool concepts, design amazing things, build awesome products. You can choose to do that. Does it take practice? Yes. Everybody thinks that creativity, you're either just born with it or you're not. Get that out of your mind. That's not the mindset that we need to have here. You can choose to become more creative, just like you can choose to be more involved in business, just like you can choose to lay in bed or get out. I bet you if you don't think you're creative right now and you've only designed one t-shirt or something like that in your life, by the time that you've designed 10,000 of them, are you still gonna say you're not creative? It is just getting your reps in. Volume, repetition, consistency. How do you actually switch your character? How can we make this be the end of the old and the beginning of the new? And it might actually be easier than you think. The first step is asking yourself, what character would easily achieve the life that I actually want to live? Is it the rogue? Is it the warrior? Is it the mage? Is it the stoic? And begin designing your character's habits around the end goal. Does the character have a morning routine? What does that look like? Do they get up and scroll on their phone? Or do they get up and get out of bed? Does the character have a workout routine? Do they do calisthenics? What are the character's money habits? Do they save? Do they spend? Do they overindulge? Do they underspend and not cherish the fruits of their labor? And what are their learning habits? They might be out of school now. Do they still learn? Do they love learning? Or are they done trying to grow their mentalities? And what are their consumption habits? Do they consume positivity, negativity, good, bad, awesome, right? What do they consume? And lastly, what are their social habits? Are they heavily isolated? Or are they high energy, very social? I know what you might be saying. Well, I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. This is gonna come back down to the discipline. If you're an introvert and you don't like being around people and you don't like getting uncomfortable, then you need to have the discipline to do the things that you don't like and you don't do well if you want to get better at them. So step one is ask yourself what character would get rewarded with the life that you want. Step two, what would that character's life and habits look like? Step three, we need to remove some of the bugs and glitches in this character's game. Procrastination, self-sabotage, low-value environments, toxic people, doom scrolling. These are all 5 bugs and glitches we can actually remove from your game, from your life. We can remove these things. Now, will it be easy? No. And do we know a whole lot of coding? Well, I don't. But these things can all be worked on and chipped away and chiseled at day after day after day to minimize them and gain in the other skills. We can overcome all of those challenges. So lastly, I encourage you to start playing as your new character. Not tomorrow, but today. Not January 1st. Right now. You can do it. We just went over the steps. Remember, life is a game. You are the character playing the game. Do you want to log out and re-sign in? Choose your character. I want you to imagine 1 year from now, playing life as the strongest character you can. A new identity, new habits, new logic, new energy, new circle, opportunity, and a new reality. You're not stuck with the character that life just handed you. You are the only one designing who you become. The choice is yours. Pick the correct character and the entire game can change. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe for more, do all that jazz, share it with a friend, and I hope the new character and the new version of you is one for the winnings.